Hello, everybody. This is Tanya with Texas Turner Rascals. And I don't know what I'm doing today, but we're going to do something. I didn't want to be all alone, so I decided to let y'all join in with all my wild stuff going on. We're going to be putting together little Miss Lisa Smiley over here. She was made for my sis, Lisa. And, yeah. So, all this is in this bottle right here is water and a tiny bit of fabric softener. But if you want to get hair down or train eyebrows and eyelashes, this is the key method. And it doesn't leave that, I guess, sticky feeling in the hair when people are using conditioner and other stuff like that. So, yes, this right here is Miss Lisa Smiley. And we are going to put her together today. She's got her eyes in. She's got her face. I'll also be sharing the picture that I followed with this. If you see anything else in the background, just ignore it because there's body parts everywhere. And I've learned that when you are a reborn doll artist, your room or wherever you live becomes like this weird doll mortuary type. Body parts everywhere, everything. It's just crazy. So I already did feel this hand to right here. I was going to go to the bin, but I didn't because she wants a lot more soft flexibility, but it doesn't crunch. And I use a mixture. I'll show you what I do in this bottle. It's a little bit of a mixture of the glass sand and the pellets. Don't mind the bottom of the bottle. I painted it so I wouldn't get it confused with everything else that I do. So, and then after that, you want to fill it up with the rest of the polyfill. Like I said, when you are filling these limbs and things like that, it's to your own liking. It doesn't have to be all the way up. I know some artists will do them to the bend, which is I mostly do, and then sometimes they'll do them like right before they close them with the polyfill. And some will also use those little, I guess, patches that'll go over them to keep this stuff in there too. So everybody is different. Let me see if I can get this more focused on this. Okay, there we go. So we do have one arm done, and we're going to put that to the side so we don't redo that one. Also, I had extra eyes that came with it, so we'll put that to the side too, because we did not need that at this moment. And we're going to go ahead and put these little doohickeys in, because for some reason that seemed to be my problem last time whenever I was doing this live, was the zip ties. And it's not as hard as I made it seem, y'all. It really is not. It's just that one had to go through different phases, I guess you could say, because it didn't have its morning coffee yet. So yeah, even zip ties, I guess they have to have their morning coffee too, because they don't want to work correctly. But we're going to go ahead and get the zip ties in so we don't have to worry about that part. And yeah, you can do however you want. This is not a, oh, you have to do it this way kind of thing. It's pretty much, you can find your own way to do it too. A lot of people are scared to take these dolls apart. And don't get me wrong, I love my job and everything else. But sometimes I really want to save people money. Because it's really not difficult. The part I think that scares the most people is thinking that it's going to ruin the doll if you take its or if its leg pops off or its arm pops off. And yeah, you can literally go to the Dollar Tree or Dollar General, whichever one you want, and you can pick these up. You can also pick them up at hardware stores, the Walmarts. You can pretty much anywhere you go, you can probably pick these up. They do come in all different shapes and sizes, I guess, because some of them are super thin for these little bitty bodies. And then you also have thicker ones that, like for the neck and things like that. Now this one, because she does have large opening on the legs, I'm using the big ones. Y'all just bear with me with my language because it's just me. Y'all want to get to know me, so I'm just going to be me. Okay, and so the last one we need to put in is the little neck one. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I was just making sure. I'm doing this on a new tripod, believe me or not, that I got off of Temu. So we're going to see if this is worth the $12 I paid for it, because so far it is. It hooks, it hangs over, it does all kinds of neat little gadgets. Yeah, and I'm just so far enjoying it. Now I'm going to leave the top one open because I'm going to be getting my hand in there and everything. But let's go ahead and start with these limbs and finish these up. Here I got the second one. We're going to get some of this filling over here. Now I do have a box over here that I have my filling in. So that part, I don't know, I guess I could put it where you can see it. Let me do this one, and then I'll put it where y'all can see it. That way there's no secrets. Alright. Now be careful picking that up, especially with one hand like I did. That was not very smart at all. It was not. And then I got my polyfill over here in this box. Y'all are just going to have to trust me, because when you see my fingers or my hands lean over, it's just grabbing some of this polyfill over here. And it is the brand polyfill. I find that if you use the other kind, it's just not as soft to me. Now, if you use it, that's fine, because that's on you, and that's the way you like things. But I find that it's a lot more molding, like especially when you're doing the bodies, and it's not scrunching up like it does in the baby dolls that they use it in. So it kind of makes it a little bit more realistic by using the polyfill that you can actually feel. I think that's why they call it that. So yeah, you want to get it good in there where it's not shaking around or anything, and then just make sure you top it off so it doesn't come out. And then we got 2 down, and that's, yeah, we're coming along. Okay, we got some more limbs over here, so y'all just bear with me. I got them on the hanger thing so that I can do this. But like I said, this is just like a little mixture of everything. It's got the pellets, it's got, let me show you here. It's got the pellets right here in here. I've already got some of these pre-weighed. Like one would be like 1 or 2 pounds, couple of ounces, whatever I want to use it for. So yeah, the same thing with the feet. I feel that one up a little bit more because they're longer digits. I do go to the bend on that one. And then, because giving it a little bit more weight tends to help you be able to make it feel real. Because you don't want to put all the weight in the head and all the weight in the body. You want to evenly distribute it through the limbs as well. Some people don't like it in the limbs, and that's okay, because that's still like whatever you wish and what you desire. But we are moving along. This is nothing like it was last time, y'all. I'm getting to where I'm not so nervous anymore. Look at that. Well, I'll be. So, we're just going to talk like we're just here next to each other. And I think I'm going to start doing a little bit more live videos and things like that. Because I find, not only is it not lonely because I have to stay at home all the time because of my immune system, it's shot after having the colon cancer and having my large intestines completely removed and everything else. We're not going to go into details with that because we're going to keep this PG. But with doing all that being said, my immune system is basically shot. I mean, like, if I get sick with even the flu, I'm sick for weeks to months. The breathing problems that I have with my COPD, which, mind you, I never smoke, so don't tell everybody that it's a smoking disease, because I don't smoke. But my mother did, and everybody around me did. And so the second hand pretty much did me in as well. But yeah, that's got some weight to it, and it's got really nice feeling. Now we're going to go to the body. And what I like first is, first of all, you want to make sure that the little tab thing is on the right side, or else you're going to have a front butt. And you don't want a front butt unless you have an ostomy. That's the only excuse you want to have with the front butt. And yes, I can tease about that because I have one. I named him Stewie the Cranky Klingon Toddler. Now, because this does not have the split butt cheeks, I'm going to show you a little secret that I do. Now, it may not be a secret. It may be other people know it too. But I'm going to tell you what I do. I do this. I put in one of the little butt cheek things and another little butt cheek thing. And you put them side by side, making sure that you can feel that split. And it actually, whenever it's filled in, it really does feel like butt cheeks. You just don't have that gathering right there. So, I mean, like I said, you can do it however you want to. And I do it the way I do. And you can either do my way or find your own, way that works for you. It's really all in the artist or the person that is really wanting it made and have it a custom. That's what we call custom. If you want everything done like a certain way, like a certain painting style, you want hairstyles, you want it to be like a portrait baby, just different things like that. Anything that you want different than what the natural artist does to it, we call those customs. So I do a lot of customs, especially for Miss Emily and a few others. And this one for Miss Lisa, I'm not going to give you her last name because I don't have permission right now. But maybe one day I'll get permission. I forgot to ask. But anyway, that's what we're going to do for her. And I've noticed a lot of people were asking me, when you're filling babies and they've got a heavier head and smaller, shoulders, and they fall over a lot, if you can do two things. You can add tiny packs, like these right here. You can just make smaller ones and put in the shoulder area, or you can add more fluff in there where it's still going to be bendable, but when the head's on there, that's what's going to basically fold. And a third option is, with the Texas Turner Rascals, I make these things called the neck Burmese and matching hats. And what those are is, it is a like a scarf. I can show you. I got it right here beside me. I make a scarf of your color choosing, and these are great for photography as well. And you can make them any color you want because I do those. And then I'll make like a matching hat out of the same kind of material and everything, so everything matches. This is a cake yarn, so it has different colors in it throughout it. So some colors will match on it in different directions. And then, like with the purple and everything, then you go towards the bottom. But these I sell on my Facebook and everywhere else if y'all want them. But not only do they curve around the baby's neck and act like a shawl and everything, it also holds your baby's head up. If you want any information of how well they are, I've got people that have bought them from me already, and I've got multiple buyers. So they are working. They're fantastic with photography. I cannot brag about it as much as I possibly can on the photography thing. That has been the best success on photography. And not only that, because of the material that's in it, you can actually put this in the freezer, or you can in the microwave, but you don't want to put it in there more than a couple of seconds. But it'll heat up, just like when you're wanting your baby heated up so that you can, root them better and things like that. Well, this will for you, and you can actually put it on you. I know I don't make them as big for adults, but I can. But on the small babies, like premature and, or preemie up to newborn, I do their size. I do toddler size. I do whatever size you need. The starting go with them is $25 for the small ones and $30 for the toddlers, because it is a lot of yarn and it does take up a lot of, time. So if y'all would be interested in that, I guess is my commercial break rare. So we'll set that to the side. And that is a commercial brought to you by Texas Turner Rascals to keep on funding my little videos here. We'll go with that. And so, when I put the fluff in there, I really squeeze it and make sure that there's not an abundance coming out of it. Because if it is, then you want to take some of that out. But let me show you that little butt cheek thing. Even though it's not split, you can still see the butt cheeks. Check it out. See? You got your little butt cheek here, and it splits like right in the middle, and it comes over here. It's just not bunched up in that little crack hole. So, with that being said, and our commercial being done, we shall get to the rest of it. We've got the head left, and we've got some limbs to put on. Now, we're going to go from the bottom to the top. You can do it however you want. It's just a way, not the way. And you want to get a little bit of fluff. I don't know if they do it, everybody does it, but this is what I do. And I fill that area in there with some fluff. I guess your magical word you want to keep it as is polyfill, but it's fluff. And then you're going to take one of your limbs and you're going to slide it in like so. And you want to make sure you get it in there to where the fluff is going in, and it's around the ring of the flange. There you go. We'll use proper terminology for a minute. So we got that one done. And then you got the leg, and it goes completely a 360. Check that out. Ain't that awesome? Now, not all of these do this, but some of them do have kits that do these, and you can also add them to them because there are rings and things like that you can actually add to it. And just like with that one, I don't tighten it fully until I'm done. But you tighten it enough to where it's not going to fall off while you're trying to demonstrate it, that's for sure. And so, you're going to just slide it up in that crack. And then we're going to do this again. Like I said, you want to make sure this right here wants to like level out. And then before you tighten her up and everything, she can almost stand already. Check that out. Alright. Enough of that business. We'll set her up. And most of my babies, the way that I weight them and fix their legs and things, my customers really like when they're sitting up. Even the little babies and stuff, if they can sit on the edge, then they're able to sit. And then, like I say, a lot of my customers now have the neck wormies as well. So, yeah, there's that. And we only have the limbs. And even though these is just a little bit, I still like to add just a little bit in there. I don't know why. I just do. But you don't have to at all. I just do it. And then we slide it on in there. Well, on this one I'm not going to, because this one's a little smaller than I thought. This body come with it. Just right there, because of the flange going all the way in there, probably not a good idea to add fluff in that one. So we'll just forget that level. But we're not going to tighten it all the way until we get her done. And we got one more limb over here. And sometimes, y'all, I will tell you what I do. After matting these and everything, now, everybody doesn't do this or anything, but that's when I do the nails and things like that. And then if I need anything extra added or anything like that, I also sometimes extra mat it that way, just making sure it doesn't touch the body, because you don't really want that shine unless the customer wants the shine, because there are some of them that do actually like the shine. So it really just depends on how your customer is and your liking, because if they don't know that it can do that and then they like it that way, then yeah, they're like, why did you tell me this? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell you now. So you just want to route it around there and get it back in there, and then it's sometimes they've got these little things on them, and sometimes they don't. And then if they don't, then you're going to have to cut it off and then make sure it's very flush so it does not poke the person that it's supposed to go to. Because when they're holding those babies and cuddling and changing and stuff like that, the last thing you want to hear is, "Ow, I got stabbed." Because it will. And it hurts. And for most of them, I try to stick them in there because, like, if they ever decide that they want to tighten it a little bit or anything like that, then they can do that with ease instead of having to always cut or pinch the thing. All right. There we go. It just bunched up, so it didn't want to come out of there. And if you end up having to cut it off, you can use different tools. Like you can use nail clippers. Sorry, I knew that word was in there. You can use nail clippers. You can use an X-Acto knife, but be very, very careful. I, for some reason, tend to be extra careful with an X-Acto knife than I do scissors. But you also can do scissors, and what you can do is just hold it back like this, if you can, on the chit, and then you just want to make it flush, and that was actually a nice cut there. And then you can tuck it in there if it goes in there. Then we got the next one, so we got our legs, and we got our arms, and before you put the head on, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up the legs. There we go. You hear that extra dee-dee-dee. That's just so your customer don't get that baby home and it says, I really wanted to enjoy my baby, but a leg fell off. Yeah, you don't really want that, because sometimes they're like, I don't know what to do. And we're going to cut these off because it's tight on there that it's not going to go anywheres. And then you can also go back through there just to make sure that you don't have a little piece. Now don't do this at home if you don't feel comfortable doing this. There we go. I thought I got that. Alright, so there's that one. And we got one more. You hear that little tick tick tick. Alright. And another thing, if you are doing this stuff, you really want to invest in these little pads right here. Or I've also got washable pads too, that I just put on my bed because I'm always doing dolls on my bed as well. So I have a table behind me, a table beside me, and I'm not joking, I turned my bed into a table too. There she goes. Look at Miss Smiley. And that is what Miss Lisa's going to be calling her, is Miss Smiley. But see how she still bunches and she moves. Let's see if I put that thing back where it goes. There we go. Oh, Monica Lasky. Put that thing back, so help me. Oh, that's just the little thing there. Oh, yeah. I was going to go back to this one because this one didn't want to fully go in. So we're going to take that one off. I'm really happy with this one, and as far as how she's turning out, especially if you see the photos, and that's the thing, if you see the baby itself, sometimes they don't make sense, but if you see the photos that they wanted to have them done with, that's when you really see the way that things are. Okay, so we have this little head here now, and what you want to do, well, she can hold her own head there for a minute. What I do is, even though I put the weight and stuff in there, sometimes, I will tell you, I use these little pantyhose, and because they are pantyhose, or whatever they're called, you can get these on Temu for like $50 to $100 for like a couple dollars. So I know other places like B&B, they Bountiful Baby and Irresistibles and all that, they sell them too, but they sell them like for $1 for like, I think, 1 or 2. And these are just as good, y'all, I'm telling you. But what I do with this one is I like to fill this over here and then put it over the hole, because then I know how much I'm putting in there and how much weight I want while doing this, instead of just filling it and then putting it in there, because then you don't kind of know exactly what you want. So with that, I want to grab more of the pellets with that one than I do the other side. So I have like one side is like mostly sand, and the other side is pellets, mostly pellets. So I usually do between 2 and 4 ounces. It just depends. Like, it depends on really the size of the head and how much weight you or the customer wants. So that was 2, and we're going to go for a little bit more. And that'll give it a little more balance as well. So that's a total of 4 ounces that I put in there, y'all, just for clarification. And then you can bring it up like this, and I usually bring it all the way to the bottom, and then I tie it like so. Miss Lisa getting to see her baby made the whole way through. Oh, and also on my kits that I do for y'all, one thing that I do offer all my customers is pictures throughout the process, like literally from start to finish. If I have questions, I ask. I want your opinion. I want to know that you're included with everything that I do. Now, mind you, don't expect this from every artist, because I'm home all the time, and other artists usually have a life, and I don't. So when I'm doing your babies, just because I can do it, please don't ask another artist or expect them to do it, because if you ask them and they're not able to, don't get mad or change from them because they can't. It's just because, literally, I'm stuck at home 24/7 unless I'm at a doctor's or a hospital appointment. And so I can do extra things. I do all kinds of extra things to not only help my customers feel safe and know that I'm not going to scam them, because there's so many out there, but I also do it because I think it involves them more, and it helps with the bonding. I really, really do 100% with that. Even ones that are like, I don't know how to do this, but I really would like to see it. So I involve them. I do pictures. I do everything I can. And so, yeah, I've had other artists tell me, you know, if you can just mention that you're not working, because that's how you're able to do all the extra stuff for them. That way, they don't expect it from us or get upset with us not doing it. So there's another commercial for you. All artists have their own styles and their own time frame that they're able to do this, which is why also I'm able to get some of my babies out within a week, and some artists have months because they have other orders, they have other priorities, family. It's just me and my kid, so I don't have anything else to do. Some days I will be taking breaks because it will lock up my hands with all the rooting that I do for everybody. So, yeah, but keep me busy. Miss Emily has been keeping me busy, and it keeps me out of trouble. And, yeah, I just really enjoy it. So the last part is we're going to put our head on. Now that I got it stuffed with fluff, I think I want to put a little bit more because I don't want it really squishy like that. You really want to make sure that you have enough in there that it doesn't sag the baby's face. But you don't want to overdo it that it pooches out everything that they have. So you want to keep it kind of like, just kind of a guess and feel, I guess you say. You want a little bit more, and yes, these heads do hold a lot. And because it's also spread, the polyfill spread, it looks like a lot more than it actually is. But it can be. It really can be a lot. It all just depends. And I like to move it towards the back and the front of the face so I know exactly what's going in. And I think that's going to be good. And some people put neck rings around them so that they can turn. With this kit, it did not come with it. Some of them do. And also, you can also add one. You can order them off of eBay, off of Bountiful Baby. Well, I'm just doing all kinds of commercial breaks for y'all, aren't I? And I also pierce ears. I open mouths on babies. I open eyes on babies. Babies have been sleeping and they're like, we want to wake them up. Well, so do I. I like waking them up. That's one of my favorite things to do is wake them up. So, yeah, I do that too. So the last step we have left, other than putting a diaper and a name on her and all her other stuff, is putting her head in here. And you want to make sure it goes in all the way, because if it doesn't, it will come off. And usually that's why I also wait to tighten the, there we go, the neck one, because you have to get it in there just right. And there she goes. Look at that. She turn her head. We're going to see if she's going to be too floppy. Now, she is a baby still, so you want some floppiness, but you don't want that much. That's for sure. So you can pull it off. Sometimes I tell these people, don't try this at home unless you know what you're doing. It's true. It really is true. And because I know the way Lisa likes her babies, I can pretty much dabble with it and figure out what she wants and how it's going to be. And then you put the head back on. I'm going to lay her down for a minute. She's pretty long. I thought she was going to be shorter, but no, she's a good length. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much, much better. I'm going to lay her down here and fix her hair and her... I think I'm going to invest in some neck rings, though, because I think my customers, like Emily and them, they like their heads to be able to swivel around. Some do, some don't. So, you know, it's all in the posing and things that they're able to do. But you want to make sure you get all that hair out of there. Because if you don't, it's going to be stuck in the phalange part. And then you're going to be pulling hair out. I'm not pulling hair out. It's just under her neck. There we go. And then all she needs is a diaper and clothes. Look at that. She's so cute. And she's heavy too, y'all. I'm guessing about like 6, almost 7 pounds. And you can ask Miss Lisa and them. I'm pretty good at like knowing a roundabout weight. I guess because of being a foster parent and a parent. I've had 2. I've lost 3. That's why I can empathize with people with baby loss and things and what they want to do. But I also have 4 stepsons, and I've done 30 plus foster kids throughout my life. So yeah, I've been pretty busy. Now she's going to still be bendable, squishy, but she's also going to be able to hold herself up. And I wanted to show y'all why I got her, how this little neck wormy works. See how she's just floppity flop back there? She can't hold her own head up? Well, watch this business. Now this one's a little big for her, so she would go for a smaller one. This is more like Huxley and other dolls like that. And then she does have a matching hat, but I'm not going to put that on her because I don't want to mess her hair up. But as you can see right there, let's see if you can get a better picture. Right there. She can now hold her own head up. And you can do photography. You can do all kinds of things with her. And you don't have to have anything behind her. And just to show you there's nothing behind her, I'm moving the buckets. So, as you see, she's on my bed. And she is still at a slight angle downwards. Because I have a medical bed that goes up and down and everything that another bed does. It even has a massager on it and everything, so that's awesome. But she's at a downward angle and she's still holding her own head up with the neck wormy. And yeah, so for that, if y'all want one of those to do your photography with, just let me know what colors y'all want. And I think that's going to be a wrap, Miss Lisa, because the only thing we've got left to do is put a diaper on that child and put some clothes on her. And I already picked out the colors, and the theme is butterflies, because my friend Lisa absolutely is crazy over butterflies. And even though I love butterflies and stuff, my craziness is unicorns. So, yeah, this is Tanya with Texas Turner Rascals, and I really hope y'all enjoyed the video as well as the commercials. And y'all have a great day. And this is Tanya with Texas Turner Rascals, and I am signing out.